The womb. The womb is one of the most powerful sources of magic and life force energy that exists on this planet. It truly should be no surprise to us then that this magical, powerful, and sacred space is so heavily targeted by sorcery and baneful magic. Hello, Soul Family. It's Oshun Kimmy, Mother of Mysteries. And firstly, I just want to say thank you to every subscriber who has been supporting my journey and the teachings that I offer here on this channel. It means so much to me, and I do not take any of your comments and your likes for granted. Ashe, thank you for being here. Today, we are talking about anti-fertility magic and, in general, witchcraft against the womb, because it's a topic that I haven't openly covered on this channel yet. And I haven't covered it because it's truly a sensitive topic for me. As someone who knows that this type of magic is being performed against me, but God forbid, let's go ahead and drop our affirmations in the comments below to summon protection over our womb space and victory over this type of warfare. Please declare in the comments below, my sacred womb is healthy, whole, and full of divine power. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And if you are someone who is desiring children, but is experiencing witchcraft opposition to your dreams for children and to your fertility, I want you to declare in the comments below, I hereby call my spirit children from the heavens to the earth to be born through me. Ashe, so shall it be. So I knew that I had to finally talk about this topic about witchcraft against the womb and anti-fertility magic, because I've had far too many readings with women who are dealing with warfare on their fertility and on their womb space. And for quick clarification, yes, anti-fertility magic can affect men. In that case, it'd be called anti-virility magic, but yes, it can be done against men as well. So we're going to talk about some signs of anti-fertility magic or witchcraft against the womb, and we're going to talk about the why. Why is this type of magic so heavily practiced against women? Why is the womb space so heavily targeted by witchcraft and sorcery? So anti-fertility magic is deeper than what we think. To fully understand how deep anti-fertility magic goes, how deep witchcraft against the womb goes, we have to talk about all that the womb represents spiritually and the power that it holds spiritually. So the womb is the seat of a woman's intuition, spiritual gifts, and spiritual power. The womb is the seat of a person's creative power as well. The ability to literally create physical life, yes, but also the ability to create ideas, to create revenue, to create prosperity. And so when a person is dealing with witchcraft against the womb, they are dealing with an attack directly against their intuition, against their spiritual power, against their prosperity, against their creativity. Because life force energy, womb force energy, is the energy of creativity in its literal physical form and in its creative and spiritual form. Let me know if this makes sense. So the womb represents the vehicle through which all things come into creation. Things that go from ideas into manifestation, and then also the creation of physical life as in childbearing. So what sorcerers are really after when they are performing witchcraft against the womb space, what they really want to do is leech the natural feminine gifts that the womb space holds. For people who are unaware, psychic and prophetic abilities, divination abilities stem from the power of the moon, the power of water. And both of these are feminine elements, regardless of gender. And so, because the womb is the seat of psychic abilities and divination abilities and astral traveling abilities, a sorcerer will be able to increase their psychic powers, their astral traveling abilities, through siphoning the energy of the womb. And so there are often times in readings where I have to tell women, especially if they are dealing with sorcery from men, I have to explain to women that the power is actually yours. Male sorcerers in particular will use the power of a woman's womb against her and for their own benefit. So a siphoning of the womb power and also a distortion of the womb power to work against the woman who holds the womb power. We get in deep today, I know. So, infertility is a consequence of womb siphoning magic because when the energy of the womb is being siphoned, that energy is being distorted, that energy is being violated, that energy is being wounded. So, now let's talk a little bit about how the magic is actually done. And I'm sure that there are many ways that this can be done, but the primary two ways that I see when I am reading a client is that witchcraft against the womb will be done through attaching a spirit of an incubus or a succubus to a person's womb space. So essentially attaching a parasitic spirit to the womb space or to the sacral chakra. For men, I primarily see attachments to the sacral chakra, and for women, I'll see both attachments to the sacral chakra, and I will see literal attachments that are literally occupying a woman's womb space, including the vaginal canal and the ovaries. So I'll perhaps do a separate video on what incubus and succubus attachments are if people are interested, because they are used a lot in dark sorcery and witchcraft. The second way that I see witchcraft against the womb being done is through sigils, codes, and patterns that have been etched into a person's aura right over their bikini or triangle area, or right over the womb space where their legs meet their genitals. Triangle, right? So now let's get into some more specific signs of witchcraft against the womb. Of course, obviously, the major sign is going to be fertility issues. Additionally, issues with either extremely heavy menstruation or irregular menstruation where periods may stop coming as a whole. And then things like PCOS and fibroids can also have spiritual roots related to anti-fertility magic or related to the siphoning of womb energy. Low libido, low creativity is also a sign of anti-fertility magic. And then a sign that may shock people is going to be blocked dreams. If you are a woman who used to have very strong lucid or prophetic dreaming capabilities, but you no longer have those capabilities, there's a high chance that there is witchcraft against the womb occurring. When it comes to solutions, I'm going to be completely honest. This is a very hard topic for me to offer solutions on because the type of magic and the effects of the magic is going to vary from person to person, spell to spell, entity to entity. In general, if you are experiencing anti-fertility magic, holistic health, healing, and care is going to be your absolute best friend. So you should be eating anti-inflammatory foods to aid the womb. You should be doing your yoni steams on a regular basis, yoni steaming once a week, except for when you are menstruating. So essentially, your diet, your yoni steaming, and then your herbal teas and things like that. Your herbal teas for hormonal balance. Well, so holistic healing things is going to be absolutely key for you. Truthfully, if you are facing this type of magic and need solutions, I'm going to have to recommend a one-on-one session with me or someone else that you trust. If it is a situation where you feel called to book with me, we will be tapping into your higher forces and your ancestral team, your higher self, your spirit team to receive their guidance on your unique situation. Because everything that I learned in terms of taking care of my womb came directly through my ancestral team. And so we'd have to tap in with your team to know what it is you need to do specifically. If you are feeling called to go deeper into your magical practice and deeper into esoteric knowledge about how spirituality works, about the mysteries of the universe, then this is where I would highly suggest you to join us on the Patreon. Either way, I hope to see you at the next video. Peace and prosperity, family. Ashe.